Hello, everybody. This is Politics with Avi, and I'm Avi. Today, we're going to be discussing politics as a specific area of society, the concept, the dialectic of the relationship with other areas of public life. Politics is the sphere of public relations related to the interaction between large social groups, classes, nations, etc., the core of which is the problem of the conquest, retention, and use of state power. According to the Political Science Encyclopedia, politics is the organizational, regulatory, and control sphere of society, the main one in the system of other such areas: economic, ideological, legal, cultural, religious. There are more than a dozen definitions of politics that reveal its essence from various angles. But one thing is clear, that in order to understand the nature of politics, it is necessary to understand its relationship with other areas of society. Most closely, politics is intertwined is intertwined with economics. It is well known that politics and economics are the foundations of the entire system of public relations. That is why their interaction plays a decisive role in the development of any society. Politics is deeply mediated by the economic sphere, economic relations, and the economic interests of society. In turn, the impact of politics on the economic life of society is substantial and multifaceted. The need and possibility of this impact is steadily increasing since the scale of the economic sphere itself is increasing. Its structure is becoming more complicated, and economic relations in society and between countries are deepening. There are several points of view on the relationship between politics and economics. Thus, for the past seven decades, domestic science has been dominated by the literally canonical concept of materialist understanding of history, formulated back in the 19th century by Karl Marx, and since then has become the cornerstone of Marxist Leninist philosophy and sociology. According to the mentioned concept, politics is just a superstructure over the economy, which does not have its own internal logic of functioning and development, determined by the functioning and development of the economy, which is the basis of society. Politics is a concentrated expression of the economy. Although Marx admitted the possibility of interaction between the basis and the superstructure, the influence of the superstructure on the basis, the main thesis in his sociological concept, was that the economy determines politics. For example, the mode of production of material life determines the social, political, and spiritual processes of life. Politics is inseparable from the law, the rules of which govern political relations, establish the rules of the political game, determining the scope of activities of both the ruling elite and the controlled majority. The law itself, in turn, is a complex phenomenon, a product of the culture, religion, traditions, interests of the ruling elite, the influence of the world community, etc., existing in a particular society. Acting as a product of state activity, law at the same time serves as its regulator. An important role in regulating the political life of society is played by moral standards, existing in society ideas about good and evil, about those values on the basis of which the life of any person should be built. But morality, in many respects, depends on the religion existing in society. Weber showed what an extremely important role in the emergence of capitalist society and democratic institutions was played by the religious Reformation and the Protestant ethics resulting from it. Moreover, the role of religion in the political life of society is not limited only to the development of certain moral values. Religion is able to assert in the public consciousness certain ideological ideas about politics, about the correlation of spiritual and secular power, state responsibilities, etc. It itself can claim the role of a universal political doctrine, and the Church itself can claim the role of the political elite, as it happens in Islamic fundamentalism, where a mosque is central to the occurring um, political decision-making processes. Churches are in Christianity and Catholicism, mosques are in the Islamic religion, and synagogues are in the Jewish religion. In general, we can say that the political life, being a relatively independent form of human life, is organically connected by complex functional relationships with all other forms of social life. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And I just wanted to say that even though I've had some very important things to do these past few days, I can proudly say that I have taken a great stance, siding with what's right. And even though I am stressed out about it, I will never regret choosing to be on the side of education and enlightenment, even if it was a huge risk for me to take, even if I had to expose flaws, irregularities, and things like that. It's something that's worth risking my whole future because it's only through that way that I can actually have a fair chance for a future alongside every other person like myself who is on the side of the free and the fair market, education, and an activist against corruption. So, thank you once again for tuning in with me, and I hope this was as interesting for you as it always is for me. Have a good night or have a good morning. Take care, everybody, and keep it safe.